Good afternoon, students. Myself, Dr. Professor Sanjay Chavda, Faculty of Law and Governance, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University. This session is related to financial management for BCom, BBA, LLB second semester. This is from Unit 1 and this is session 3. Name of the session is Conflict in between profit versus value maximization principle, and in the same session we will discuss about role of chief financial officer. So my dear students, in our last session we discussed about scope, objectives, scope of financial management, where we discuss about two, that is profit maximization and wealth maximization. Now in this session we will discuss about a conflict, that is difference of opinion in profit maximization principle versus value maximization. Now, according to modern thinkers, objective of financial management is to maximize the present wealth of an organization. In case of company form of organizations, the focus of financial management is on wealth maximization of its owners or suppliers of equity capital, that is equity shareholders. Wealth of equity shareholders is reflected in the market value of equity shares. Thus, the financial decision making should aims at to maximize market value of equity share of the company. Equity shares of a company are traded in stock market, and stock market quotation of a share serves as an index of earning capacity, different risk factors associated with the business, dividend and retention policies, level of gearing, etc. The wealth of equity shareholders is maximized only when market value of equity share of the company is maximized. In this concept, therefore, the term wealth maximization is redefined as value maximization. However, it is important here that value maximization is only an extension of profit maximization to a world that is uncertain and multi-period in nature. Maximization. When we say about value maximization, so where the time period is short and the degree of uncertainty is not great, value maximization and profit maximization amount to essentially the same thing. So this is about value maximization. Now, in spite of that value maximization, even we have one very great concept, that is social satisfaction or objective. So a firm has two basic obligations, one at micro level to the owners of the firm and the other at macro level, that is to the society or nation. It is argued that the objective of a part should be in harmony with the objective set for the totality. It is very difficult to set the objective for any function within the business, be it production, marketing or personnel, without clearly defining the objective of the organization as a whole. Therefore, objective of financial management should be consistent with the objective of the firm. Now, according to the capitalistic school of thought, basic objective of a business organization is to maximize the wealth of its shareholders. This theory looks upon the shareholders basically as an investor whose objective is to increase his personal wealth. While the socialistic school, on the other hand, agrees that the function of the economic entities in recent times is not basically to make money for the handful of people, but to promote the welfare of all the people in the economy through mass production of goods and services at least cost. Therefore, the performance of the enterprise should be measured from the point of view of the end services produced and cost thereof, considering maximization of value added. The value added by an enterprise is the difference between revenue accruing to the organization and expenditure incurred by it for payments made by the purchasers in third parties. So, with the acceptance of scholastic school of thought, there is now a growing emphasis on school and other obligation of an organization. Thus, it cannot be denied that in case of business enterprise, especially those in the public sector, the question of wealth maximization or value maximization has to be seen in the context of social satisfaction and fulfillment of social responsibility by these enterprises. So, the main objective of business is not only profit maximization, that is traditional approach, but also wealth maximization, and in that wealth maximization also we can say not only for the shareholders, not only for the owners of the firm, but it has to think about the society as a whole. So it should be value maximization. Clear? Now we will discuss about role of chief financial officer. People used to think that chief financial officer was there to tell us there is not enough budget when you needed something, or to simply report financial results after the fact. Today, CFO must break away from the number cruncher stereotype and think of themselves as more of strategic players in the company. CFOs today need to be creative, understand best practices, and know how to create more values for the company. Now, we can say that there is no doubt that the historical task of the finance function, such as books and records, financial reporting, and statutory compliance, are still of fundamental importance. But these tasks continue to be mission critical and fall squarely under the responsibility of the finance team, and consequently the CFO that leads the team. But while they continue to be the relevant, these tasks are now taken for granted by CEOs. This does not mean that they are any less important. It is just that they are now seen as minimum requirement for finance. Now, what has significantly changed, however, is that CFOs of today and of the future must be able to take financial data and use it to influence operational decision making and strategy. CFOs must possess many more skills than just the technical accounting background or the past. Today's CFOs are also effectively chief operating officers in addition to their finance role. They are business partners to the CEO who help guide and influence decisions making using the financial aspect as an integral driver of such choices. So CFO is the one who used to guide, who used to give decisions, who used to make planning for CEO. Now CFO has as important role as CEO in a business. Now, what are the key skills for the new CFO? I believe that the required skill set of the modern CFO rests in the following four fundamental pillars. First, I'll tell you that four pillars. First one is leadership, second one is operations, third is controls, and number fourth is strategy. Leadership, operations, control, and strategy. Now, what is leadership? So when we discuss about leadership, to be an effective business partner, today's CFO must have the necessary leadership and communication skills. They must give advice and counsel as well as provide a voice of reason. They are often asked to lead people, group-wide transformation programs, and must be detailed information into clear, concise, and accessible messaging. It goes without saying that creating a top talent pipeline to ensure the right people and leadership skills are in place within finance function is also critical. Leadership is very, very important now, so CFO has to play a very important role in leadership. Second, operation. They should possess a strong understanding of the company's business model and industry and be able to use the knowledge to provide an independent perspective and to constructively challenge the commercial and operation teams, ensuring that business decisions are grounded in solid financial criteria. So within business operation, they will have to play a very important role in taking decisions. Then control. Control is an increasingly global and volatile environment with additional regulatory burdens. It often falls to the CFO to ensure adequate assessment and mitigation of risk and compliance with applicable regulatory or other legal requirements. They must understand risk through a commercial as well as a financial lens. Therefore, they need to manage risk as the business executes on its strategy and initiatives, as well as to maintain a strong internal controls, environment and financial reporting process. So this is third role of CFO. First, leadership, second, operation, third, control, and the last one is about strategy. Now, under strategy, the role of CFO means supporting strategy development and helping enable its execution. The CFO also plays a role in prioritizing and ensuring the strategy can be funded. The finance skill set is very applicable to building predictive modeling, analyzing macroeconomic trends, and incorporating non-financial information. This also includes communicating the strategy and progress against it to external stakeholders and investors. So my dear students, CFO now in present business context, CFO has very important role. His role is equal to role of CEO and his role is divided in four. that is leadership role, then operation role, then control role, and number 4 strategy role. Clear? So in this session we have discussed about conflict in between profit maximization versus value maximization, and we have discussed about role of CFO. This is about our unit 1 of financial management, and this is third session. Please go through your syllabus. And important question from this session is profit maximization versus conflict in between profit maximization versus value maximization. Explain or debate. Second, who is CFO? Explain the role of CFO. Okay, so this is enough for this session. Bye.